What's up, everybody? Ian and Daniel here taking you through a new class. So today, this is your intro to core. You should be able to feel your abs today like you've never felt before, and we're gonna set you up for some harder classes in the future. So your breathing is very important. We're gonna start there. Notice that, I really love tucking the shirt in for this. It's kind of really Steve Urkel style, but at the same time, it makes a big difference. So I do suggest it, tuck the shirt in. Pants right below the belly button so that you can kind of feel your waistline and get a little bit more feedback. So first thing he's gonna do, one hand on his belly, one hand on his chest. So move this one a little bit higher. And I want you to make his right hand or your whatever hand's on your belly as big as possible. It's like a Buddha belly. Yes, it's going up to the ceiling. Yes, it's going out to the sides. It might even go back into your lower back a little bit. But what I essentially want you to do is learn how to fill up the basement. So fill up the basement, expand it as much as possible, and then exhale. I'm gonna count that as his second breath. We're gonna do 5 of 3 different ones, so it's 15 breaths. We're gonna try to keep class short and just keep it moving. So he's got 3 more breaths, belly breaths. I wanna see it get bigger and then exhale it all the way out. So you're still doing full range of motion. Every breath we do in this class should be in through the nose and your mouth should be sealed. Every exhale you do should be out through the mouth as if you're blowing out a straw. If for some reason you still feel like you're really using your neck, you feel like you're crunching, you feel like you're going way too hard, you probably need to work more on some of our phase 1 or the neck tranquilizer to kind of calm you down a little bit. And then come back to this. So again, keep going. We got 2 more breaths. Belly, really as big as you can. Exhale it all the way out. The other thing that you're learning how to do is let go down low. By the time this class is over, you should feel what it feels like to keep some good tension down there without necessarily crunching or holding on to it. And that starts off with the first thing in the routine being learning how to let it go. Now we're gonna go lateral breath. So you put your hands on the sides of the rib cage. If you're very limited in your shoulder mobility, this might be really tough for you. So maybe this works a little bit better. Maybe just here, or if you really are so limited that you can't do that, just put your hands wherever they feel comfortable. And now what I want you to focus on is filling up your thumbs. So we want to think about expanding outward. We need to be able to get air in and out to manage pressure, which is really what happens when you do core work, is can you manage the pressure? We want sometimes to be able to move and sometimes to be able to just stabilize and resist movement. Today, you're really learning the foundations of resisting that movement and learning how to just stay locked in. So there's this second breath. We're going to do 5. So remember that. We got 3 more. Inhale, feel everything expand laterally. Feel your thumbs really filling up if you have your hands like that, so we can get that lateral expansion. Exhale, let it go all the way. Good. Okay, 2 more breaths. So when you do exhale, I want you to put a little bit of emphasis on your middle fingers moving towards each other. These ribs on the side, they not only go down, but they rotate in. And a lot of people are gonna have a left rib that looks like this. We wanna be able to close both sides. So can you get this to happen without that happening? So the whole entire class, imagine you have a unicorn horn, or like the top of my hat right here, and it's moving that way. And even though it's funny, his butthole is moving the opposite way. So like he's getting longer throughout his spine the whole entire time. When you exhale, don't crunch and get shorter, stay long. What will happen is this will come down and in versus you crunching and coming off of the ground, okay? So there's your lateral breaths. Now we're gonna go ahead and don't even add the reach, just go ahead and put your hands wherever you feel comfortable, that's good. And now do elevator breaths. So you're gonna go bottom floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, 360 degrees. Everywhere is gonna fill up, everywhere is gonna empty. Still staying long. I didn't mention it yet, but you should know this by now if you got to this class. The idea being, let's make sure our chin isn't tucked. Don't tuck the chin, don't push your head into the ground. If you feel like you're doing that, you probably need this class, because when we don't get stability at our middle, it's really easy to try to get it everywhere else by tucking, by squeezing down. So opening the chin up a little bit, keeping your eyes on the ceiling. I'm not really gonna show you anything in between your breaths, so that's fine too. Keep that in mind. We don't wanna be crushing our head into the ground, and we definitely want the airway open. We'll do about 2 more breaths of those. So it's 360 degrees. Your bottom floor is filling up, your sides, your back. And most importantly, because it's the top, you should be getting some air into your chest. If you're not getting air into your chest, your shoulders probably aren't doing too well, and it's something that we need to address. But just think about it, slowly allowing it to get up there and allowing your chest to actually expand. There's a big difference between like overarching your lower back and just letting your chest get air. And we want to let our chest get air. Okay, so one more, good, finish that. Now, we're gonna do 2 more breaths, and on the third one, we're gonna lift our feet. So same elevator breath, fill up everything. And on our third breath, we're gonna lift our feet. Now, I wanna be extremely particular about how we lift our feet because that's basically the main entree of this class, okay? When you lift your feet, do it on your third breath, not this one. I want you to think about pulling your femurs into the sockets versus pulling your knees to your face. Almost everybody who does this at first is gonna have their feet like way far away from the ground, but I really just want like 2 inches at most under them. So inhale, fill up, lift the feet, exhale everything out. Everything, everything, everything. Slowly place your feet down. Inhale again, elevator breath, bottom floor, top, all the way through. Lift the feet by pulling the femurs into the sockets, almost like the top butt actually pulls them in. Exhale everything out, put them down. That's 2, keep going and get 3 more. You're going to inhale before you lift. You're going to exhale after you've lifted. Exhale everything. Notice how his feet are about 2 inches away from the ground. They're not super high. He's not using his knees. It should feel like your legs are hanging off of your lower abs, like as if your core is what's really being loaded as soon as you lift your feet. Again, same thing. Lift them up. Exhale them out. This is the entree. This is you getting good at this is the main goal, okay? Feel less hip flexors, more abs. With practice, you'll get better and better at it. Again, one more. So level 1 within this class, can you lift your feet and exhale? Put them down, reset. Can you get 5 reps? That's your level 1. Now, we're gonna give you 2 breaths in between before we show you level 2. So just do 2 elevator breaths with your feet down. Now, when we do this next thing, what you can do is level 1. If you're with us and you wanna just lift, put them down, lift, put them down, do that. I'm gonna show you what 5 breaths looks like with your feet up. So that's like the next goal for you, okay? So there's the second one. Now inhale everything, fill up. Lift the feet up. Exhale everything out, keep your feet up. Pause for a second, elevator breath in. Exhale everything out, everything. You wanna get everything out without tucking your chin, without looking down, without smashing into the ground. Inhale again. Exhale everything out. As you start to get fatigued, you'll notice your hip flexors start to say, oh, I'll do it. And you go, no, you're not gonna do it. Now your lower abs are getting cooked. That's what I want. 2 more breaths, okay? I haven't addressed it yet because I don't really want you to focus on it, but your lower back shouldn't be pushing into the ground. In fact, when you exhale, you might even feel your lower back leave the ground a little bit, but it should leave the ground with the front working more, meaning your abs are taking over instead of smashing your lower back into the ground. Think if you were standing, you wouldn't flatten out your back, you'd stand straight up. That's the natural curve of the lower back. Good, feet go down. That's our progression number 1. Super simple. You could do this every single day if you wanted to, especially if you're working on your core. This would be great to find out where you are, if you're post-pregnancy, stuff like that. Rebuilding your core from the foundation. Learn how to do the breathing without your feet on the ground, and then you start to just slowly lift them up and learn how to load them. If you have any questions about that, please let me know, and check the text below because I'm always putting little details in there for you. Have a great day.